If today you are hesitating between the Yuka and the Luba 2, these are two robotic mowers that I have tested. On one side, the Luba 2, I've had it for about 4 months, and the Yuka, I've had it for only a few weeks. I will make another video about the Yuka in 2 months to see if it still holds up. The Luba, in any case, I am very satisfied with it for now. What I propose is to give you my opinion on these two robotic mowers, to see the advantages and then the disadvantages. If you want to buy one, know that you have the link in the description, and you will be able to get $50 off, either on the Yuka or the Luba 2. So already, both robotic mowers have 2 cameras at the front here, which allow them to detect obstacles and avoid them. You can also have real-time feedback thanks to the cameras to know where the robot is located. These are 2 easy-to-install robotic mowers. I found the Yuka even easier to install than the Luba, but clearly the Luba 2 is also very simple to install. You just need to plug in a few cables. For the Yuka, they added a small windshield wiper, so if it gets too dirty, it will clean the camera. We don't have a visible bumper. Here we can see a bumper that is clearly visible. When the robot hits this bumper, it will stop automatically, reverse, and go around the obstacle. The bumper is only in the front here, but on this one, we have a bumper all around. If I turn it on, you'll see. As soon as I press a little, it detects it. The bumper is underneath. You have to press a bit harder. It's also on the sides, which is quite practical. The design is very clean and neat. Both have a rain sensor, so if it starts raining, they will return directly to the station. On the Yuka, you can adjust the cutting height manually. It won't be done via the app, while on the Luba 2, it will be via the app. On the Yuka, the advantage is that you can adjust from 2 centimeters to 9 centimeters. Honestly, it's the first time I've seen a robot mow at 9 centimeters, which can be very practical if you have a rugged terrain with tall, dense grass. You can mow quite high, and it's very simple. Just press and turn. On the Luba 2, it's done automatically with the app from 2.5 centimeters to 7 centimeters. There's also a small camera on top, like on the Luba 2, just in front. The Luba 2 also has small shock absorbers at the front to adapt well to the terrain. For example, if I lift the wheel, the other 3 wheels are still on the ground, allowing good adaptation to the terrain. To lift the robot on the Luba 2, there are 2 handles on the sides, which I find quite practical. You can lift it easily. On the Yuka, there's a handle at the back, which is also handy. You can put 1 hand at the back and 1 in front. Underneath, it's a bit tough, but you can grab it like this if you really want to move it. Place it gently on the ground. We haven't talked about the wheels. The Luba 2 has 4-wheel drive, perfect for rugged terrains and slopes. With 4-wheel drive, it can climb slopes up to 80%. The Yuka has rear-wheel drive, with a swiveling front wheel that is thick and wide. The Yuka is designed not to damage the ground, as the swiveling front wheel won't tear the soil. On the Luba 2, the technology is also impressive. When it turns, the small wheels rotate on themselves, gliding over the ground to prevent tearing your lawn. The rear tires are a bit soft for good grip, and the Yuka has about 22 centimeter wheels with rubber treads for better grip on slopes. Both have similar buttons for resuming mowing or sending the robot home. There's also a rain sensor. On the Yuka, you can collect grass, which is the big difference with the Luba 2. You can attach a sweeper at the back. I haven't received it yet, but I will make a test video with the collector and the Yuka. Currently, the Luba 2 starts at €2,200, and the Yuka can be found around 1,500 to 1,700 euros. The Yuka comes in 1,500 square meters and 2,000 square meters models, and the Luba 2 can handle 1,000 square meters, 3,000 square meters, and 5,000 square meters, even up to 10,000 square meters. You can usually cover slightly more area than indicated. Both robotic mowers work with an RTK antenna, which should not be placed too close to the house. I installed mine about 1 meter away, and it works very well, even in my garden 500 meters away. Underneath, each robot has 2 cutting discs. The Yuka has 3 blades per disc, and the Luba has 4 larger blades, cutting about 32 to 40 centimeters wide. The Yuka has metal bars to help adapt to the terrain and protect the disc. In my honest opinion, these are 2 very good robots. That's why I accepted a second collaboration with them for this robot. The Luba 2 has worked flawlessly for 4 months, with regular updates improving the experience. Both robots can be programmed, work without Wi-Fi, and the Luba 2 can have a SIM card installed. If you're hesitating, the price difference is significant. The Yuka is great for moderate slopes up to 45%, while the Luba handles up to 80% slopes and larger areas. The Yuka is excellent, with precise mowing and the rare ability to cut up to 9 centimeters, perfect for leaves in the fall when paired with the collector. Both have a 3-year warranty, except for parts like tires and blades. There's a service center in Germany, not China. I'm very happy to have discovered these robots. They detect obstacles well and can mow in different patterns. I wanted to add that these are earlier versions. Now the robots are a bit different, especially under the cutting deck, where there have been improvements in the new version. If you want more info, click the link in the description for $50 off. Like the video if it helped you, and subscribe for my Yuka follow-up in 2 months. See you next time.